Samantha's sister wants a bottle of milk right this second. Wah! Your sister Phoebia is up in the middle of the night and is trying to have her problem resolved the only way she knows. Crying, of course. I wonder how based off of real life events this is. Usually your parents would have solved her problem by now. Should I get up, you wonder? Bleary resignation. You feel dead, but you know that if you wish to live, you must rise. Haltingly, you clamber your way out of your bed in your froggy onesie. Okay. Something is on the floor. Door open. Cracked open. You dare to take a peek. You see your parents dead asleep. Your mom is lying face down on top of the bed while your dad is face up on the floor. Oh my. What happened in here? Baby is still in her bassinet and is not taking her parents' excuse as well. You determine that this is your time to shine. She's hungry and you know just what she needs. As you enter the kitchen and turn the light on, you realize that you don't quite know all the steps your parents take to make baby formula. Something about powder, a mixing pitcher, and a bottle. You look through the kitchen cabinet and find a distressing array of measuring cups belonging to several different sets, strewn randomly with no rhyme or reason. There are also a dozen mixing bowls and strainers, all of which seem to have been designed not to stack on each other. The other cabinet is out of reach due to your diminutive stature. That's true. If she's a baby, we're probably like 6 or 7. You scan the freezer and then close it with some reluctance, knowing that there are more important things than ice cream at the present moment. You peek in the fridge and spy the usual assortment of fresh fruits and veggies, distressingly old fruits and veggies. Condiments that nobody uses, cheeses, eggs, pickle jars, and a tub of purified clean water despite the tap being just fine. The pitcher of baby formula is at the top, tantalizingly out of reach. Curses. I already got this one. Underneath this thing is a dark, damp, desolate domain full of all manner of cleaning implements and solutions, caked in an inexplicable layer of slime. The sink itself is full of dirty dishes, but none of them are for the baby. Embarrassingly, you can't quite reach the controls for the faucet by yourself. Underneath the sink is a dark, damp, desolate. Okay, this is the same text. The dishwasher is full of dishes, but you can't tell if any of them are dirty or clean. None of them are baby bottles, anyhow. The upper cabinets are just out of reach. If only you had a step stool. These drawers are full of silverware, and one of these organizer things. The spoons, forks, and chopsticks are running low, indicating that someone needs to do the dishes soon. The outer cabinet is just out of reach. You could really use a growth spurt right now, you tell yourself. You browse the drawers and see a messy assortment of spatulas, flippers, hot pads, and knives. Your parents were really got a holder for those knives so they aren't just floating around loose in there, especially before your sister learns how to hop. Speaking of which, you really wish you could hop up and reach the upper cabinets. The upper cabinet is full of multiple stacks of bowls, each containing a progressively smaller bowl, like an open-top Metstrioska doll, not the file type. You remember the time your mom used all of them at once to throw a huge Jello party? Jello is not capitalized because the trademark has expired by the time the story takes place. I love that tidbit. And the upper cabinet, you see the baby bottles. They're all neatly stacked in a row and pre-assembled. It's almost impossible that none of them are dirty, but perhaps that might explain why your parents are so tired right now. We got a baby bottle. Neat stacks of glasses, but none of them are suitable for infant use. The upper cabinet, you see the plates, fancier plates, and at the very top, the fanciest plates. They are very dusty. You have a bottle, but you know you can't just fill it with water. The baby will throw it out of the house if that's all she got. Above all the spices and next to the LED birthday candles, you spot the baby formula. You can just barely reach it on your tiptoes. Frogplex Pro, complete nutrition solution. Oh, I forgot. Yeah, she's a frog. The front of can is full of big, bold, eye-catching statements assuring the user of its safety and nutrition, while boasting about its use in hospitals, nunneries, and restaurants. You turn the can slightly. Frogplex Pro is a drink mix intended for infants of all amphibioid species, allowing to have a sanitary, nutritionally complete diet, similar to most mammaloid species. The ad copy continues for a few more paragraphs and is then followed by an exhaustive list of nutritional info and ingredients. At the bottom, you can see not intended for infants who are mammalianoid, insectoid, or slimoid. You turn the can some more. Finally, some instructions. Wash your hands, bottles, etc. Add 1 scoop of formula per 50 milliliters. I should take a picture of this. Okay. Mix 3. Refrigerate unused formula and use within 24 hours. Did you understand those instructions? Clear as mud. Alright. Easily grab the pitcher of baby formula. Unfortunately, it is quite empty and quite dirty for that matter. Curses. Close it with some reluctance. Okay. Okay, so we should wash our hands, right? See the picture, but notice that the soap dispenser is empty. Surely there's a refill around here somewhere. Okay. Where's the soap? I don't recall seeing soap in any of these, but we can double check. We can go down here as well. I guess we're not going that way. Okay. There's the bathroom. Can we go back to the other room and get the... Okay, we're not going to the bathroom to get soap. Okay. Okay. Which of these? You already got the baby formula. You scan the dark, benighted, or blighted realm beneath the sink and find the soap in the corner. That's not the right word, but I'm going with it. You can get the step stool back in place so you can wash the pitcher. Got soap. You carefully disassemble the formula pitcher into its component parts, take the soap, and get to work. You wash the main body of the pitcher. You wash the lid of the pitcher. You wash the mixing turbine. You wash the mixing handle. You wash the helical turning shaft. Oh boy. I was going to make a comment, and I was like, I shouldn't make that comment. Really glad you don't have to wash a bottle for this. You give everything a quick dry with a paper towel and reassemble the contraption. You set it on the counter next to the sink to give yourself some peace of mind. We got the clean pitcher. Okay, so after that, we add 1 scoop of formula. Where was the formula? We already got the baby formula. You carefully follow the instructions of the can of baby before filling it, adding several scoops of the stuff to however many milliliters of water you have. Then you grab the turning handle on top of the lid to push and pull it up and down vigorously, causing the mixing turbine to spin thanks to the helical turning shaft, translating your linear force into rotational force. Physics. It's kind of fun. You really get into it. Eventually you decide you must be done. The full pitcher is a bit heavy, so you set it back down next to the sink. Also, since you're a good girl, you make sure to put the pitcher of formula back in the fridge. You got a bottle of baby formula, colloquially known as milk, even though the formula you're using is not milk-based and shows little resemblance to milk due to it being designed for a non-mammalianoid species. Bottle in hand, you slowly tiptoe to your parents' room. They're still out cold and your little sister is still crying, but you know just what you need to do. At last, the crying stops. Yeah, that is very much the genre. I will say the graphics I thought were excellent for that kitchen there. Okay. Te and aw, Finn, adorable postscript. Well, this wasn't what I expected to make. That's about what I expected. If the subtext of this game wasn't too subtle for y'all, my wife and I are freshly minted parents, dog tired all the time and loving it. That sounds like being a parent. I had another idea in the works for this Oktoberfest, but then this all happened. I got distracted by another project to tinker with, thus Plan A for this Oktoberfest fell by the wayside. I came up with Plan B the other day, but it rapidly blew into the scope to the point that I immediately discarded it. Maybe sometime in the future. I made this plan C of a game in the precious time between feedings and changings over the course of the day, and half prior to the contest's extended deadline. My wife was very understanding and helping me work on this, but I did not regard game making as an excuse to shirk spousal or parental responsibilities. I hope you enjoy this. Now go to bed. Yeah. Starring Samantha Arantes, age 9, Amphibia Anoran, age 0. Ending art concept by wife. Baby crying sound effect. Schnorb. Beta testers. Horrible lizard. Production music. Xenocrisis. News. Virtual Boy cover. Oh hey. I Oh hey, these are the things that you shared in things you shared in the music channel. And all ZZTers everywhere. Bonus. First draft of Samantha feeding her young sister Fibia. I generally do all of my complex art this way, blocking out the rough shapes with literal blocks before moving on to semi-graphics. For the curious, Sippy is only a couple weeks old in this game, while Samantha is 9. Samantha was adopted by her parents when she was 5 years old. Neato. Okay. Neat. Yo shit, marketable plushie? We see a very young baby Samantha looking in complete befuddlement at her future adult self in plushie form. Head into the passage below for a look at the rough draft of this image. Disclosure. This art was added to this world after the submission deadline. Previously, there was just a scroll telling you to imagine this piece of art existing. We hope this lives up to whatever expectations existed in your head. Oh boy. Neato. Rough draft of the previous board. Car November. Oh boy. Farewell Oktoberfest. Now it's time for Car November, the most important month-long event during the month of November. Frequently asked questions. Wait, isn't the Karnov logo yellow and serified and stuff? And also, where's the first draft of this board? Yes, but you were drawing it using code page 437, semi-graphics, while staying within ZZT stat limits. Also, for the main illustrations, I just traced a sprite from the NES board of Karnov and then lazily freehanded a TX, so it's not like the process for this was really interesting. You say that this is the most important month-long November thing, but what about Nar or no, shut up and play at Karnov? Wait, what's this about Pyco Steve Mo? That is acceptable. Okay, I don't know that one. For freehanding, that's a pretty good T-Rex, actually. I like it a lot. The end game. To end the game, press escape and then the Y key to exit. It is the professional opinion of the management of Gadfly Goods that under ideal circumstances, there are no game overs in parenting. Nice. Alright. We got the milk. No, not no need November. That's my least favorite November occurrence. Alright, that was wonderful. Adorable art as always. And we get to see the amazing frog onesie suit. Oh, alright. Well, 'tis late. I should probably go.